Hi, I just wanted to share a little bit with you about the AI outcome from the common data set comparison report that I did. This is one of the optional assignments that I have in my UCLA class. And I wanted to share with you my results so that you could get a feeling of what it feels like to use AI in your work as a college advisor. And just know that we all go through this learning curve. And the most important thing is just to have fun with this. Experiment, try, see what works, see how you feel about it, and just get used to and comfortable doing it. So on my screen, I have Chat GPT 4.0. I do have a subscription. I've used this with the free version. You can do that. You can use any other AI tool that you want to experiment with or that you have been exposed to. So we're doing a comparison using the common data set information from two colleges. You can do this with any colleges that provide common data set information. Most colleges within the United States and several international schools do this. And the format, the nice thing about common data set is that the format is prescribed so that it does give you data that you can compare basically in the same data in the format. You're comparing apples to apples. So in this example, I have uploaded the latest common data sets that were available from Amherst and Stanford. And then I gave a prompt. When you're using an AI tool, the most important aspect of it is providing the information to the AI generator about what you want to do. But I've found that you can do a lot of iterative type of aspects. So don't worry about having the exact wording or giving the AI prompt precisely the very first time you do it. You will experiment, and based on the feedback that you get, you will provide more and more details. So I'm just going to walk you through my experience of doing this and encourage you to share in the discussion your experience of using AI to create the report. So I uploaded the Amherst and the Stanford common data set, and I gave it this directions. The first one I did was a little bit shorter. It said, create a report comparing the admissions data for these two schools, the ones that we're uploading, Amherst and Stanford, using the uploaded common data set documents. Use only the data in section C, because these reports are 10, 12, 15 pages long sometimes. So I only wanted to look at admissions. So it's section C, first time, first year admission. Create a table. So I told it how I wanted to provide the input with the name of the college in the top row, with the columns below the heading with labels for the data. So I didn't tell exactly which columns to create. I wanted to see what it came up with. And if you know, you can tell it. But again, don't feel like you can't do a prompt if you don't know exactly what you want to do. Summarize the differences in the admissions data and provide a list of 10 suggested ways students can increase their admissions chances based on the data in the two reports. So I did that, and that was my first prompt. And the link to this chat is provided in the announcement that I'm providing as a resource and a feedback for you. So it just said here, it just took one of the tables and gave me and I think this is probably the first one. It says how many applicants applied and what the admit rate. And then I had asked it to do summarize the differences in the admission and provide a list of 10 suggested ways. So it gave me the differences. This is fine. It didn't go through all the tables. There's 12 tables in that section. So it only gave me the first one. So that was the first thing I needed to correct, and gave me some direct differences. Again, there's nothing wrong with this. There's probably things I would have come up with very similar in the same vein as on my own, but it wasn't specific enough and it wasn't detail, it just wasn't as detailed as I wanted. And then it gave me 10 ways to improve admissions chances, highlight unique talents. I mean, things are pretty achieve high test scores. I mean, they're the pretty things that we would know and would be telling students anyway. But here, like this last one, leverage connections thoughtfully. I would have labeled it slightly different. Geographic diversity and non-academic considerations can be impactful. So that's helpful. It did give insight. But then I said, okay, this is the only thing I added to it. Provide more in-depth analysis for each of the sections, C1 through C12. So I told it exactly what I wanted to do. Now notice it said, would you like further analysis or additional details from the reports? So it gave me that question. I provided an answer. And then it created this in-depth analysis. This was very fun and exciting. It gave me the table 1, which was the one was provided above, gave me an analysis. Table 2. So this was way more detailed and I thought was much more helpful. I love how it created the tables. I love how it highlighted the top, the rows, the headers, so that they stood out. And I looked through the analysis. I would probably add a little bit more, but for a cursory type of thing, it was very beneficial. It certainly gave me a good start and gave me good information to go from. And so it did that all the way through. Now, it didn't give me the 10 suggestions. It kind of lost that part, but I wasn't too worried about that. But then it said, if you need further elaboration on any specific section or metric, let me know. Like, okay, I would like to have a link so I can download the document. Well, it created a link and I clicked on the document. And now it says it's expired. So it didn't include the tables. It just had text. So I wanted to include the tables in each section and I did that. It still wasn't what I wanted. So then I came up here and said, okay, I know you can edit your original prompts. So you have this little icon here. So I clicked on that and then it gave me the opportunity to edit. And so then that once I did that, this is the section that I added. Format the reports into a Word document with tables and data summary for each section. Provide me a link. I've had a lot of success in having Chat GPT give me links, creating reports with tables. So I know it can do it. I do it in college lists. And so when you look at this example, you'll see there's 1 out of 2 and 2 out of 2. So this was the second iteration using this prompt after having this last one. And then it did provide the report. Let's see if nope, it won't do that. But this is provided in in the announcement so that you have that as example. This just shows you one actual experience. I hope you experience and try it yourself and just really play with it. Treat it like Play-Doh. What happens if I click this? What happens if I massage that? And the more and more you do it, the more you'll become comfortable with it and you'll see ways that you can use it in your work with students. If you're already doing this and feel proficient in this, please share that with your colleagues and your friends because we're all developing our own level of comfort and learning curve with using AI. So this concludes this example. This is going to be in the announcement in the UCLA Inclusive College Counseling course. And I'm your instructor, Cyndy McDonald, and I'm glad to be here with you today.